Okie dokie, what is going on, Haunt Nation? I'm Ann, and look what we found. Now we are now coffee and tea, not just all coffee, no tea.
Yeah.
So
or tea and A, depending on how we're going with that. This is
welcome. Welcome back, motherfucker.
Thank you, bro.
You've been away for half the haunt season. That's fucking pleasant.
Yep.
So anyway. Enough of the bullshit. We are going to do, and
you're gonna get me in trouble if I start.
It's not even that. We're gonna run out of fucking time. All right. So we're trying to stay in the time limit for Facebook, which I think is about 20 minutes. Everything that I've tried to post that's 20 minutes and a few seconds, 21. It just doesn't show up. So I can't post it. So we're trying to get it so we can get up on Facebook. But we also, you can check out the pictures, the reels that we have from the haunts on our Instagram page, Haunt Nation on Instagram. You can also check the Haunt Nation Facebook page, obviously, because I see a lot of people watch that. And we do have a YouTube channel, which, if some of these reviews don't make it up on Facebook, they are on YouTube. Some of them just don't make it up at all, but that's seasons past, not current. Everything this season has wound up on social media. Unfortunately, couldn't do all the haunts that I wanted to. My work schedule, his illness, even my work schedule, the weekends fell so that I had a short season rather than, sometimes it falls so that I have a 5-week season. Sometimes it falls so that I have a 3-week season or a 4-week season. So, sucks for me. I've seen some of you out there did a fucking great job. 30+ fucking haunts this season. Fantastic. Good for you. I am jealous. Literally jealous. But now we are doing Pennhurst Asylum in Spring City, Pennsylvania. For the 2022 season, just in case anybody doesn't know what season it is. So the tickets were, there's a combo ticket, there's a VIP. I don't know why they listed as a combo ticket. I didn't see anything that said you could
buy an individual house.
Get an individual haunt. So, combo ticket, it's 3 haunts, 3 houses. You have the Pennhurst Asylum proper. You have
the morgue
and the tunnels, right? So, each one queues into the next. So, there's no picking and choosing which one to go to first. Start at the asylum, go to the morgue, go to the tunnels, then fuck off, good night. Right. I haven't been to Pennhurst in at least 4 or 5 years. He only went once, and it was a blackout night.
Right.
While it was still okay,
it was complete on the right side of worthless because you couldn't see a goddamn thing.
Right. So since I've been there, they definitely have several improvements. But let's start with from the beginning. So the price for the triple combo is $50. I think it was another $30 to upgrade to a VIP pass, like a front of the line pass.
Yeah, and definitely wasn't worth.
Well, it might have been if you wanted to hit a couple haunts in one night.
Right.
They redid the queues around the park. They have several places to park now.
But before we get too ahead of ourselves, the queue did move very well. So I will give them that. It was a long queue. There was a lot of people there last night. It's Halloween weekend, but it did move well. So it wasn't like a certain place in the Midwest where you got fucked for 3-4 hours.
Oh, we're gonna do that one too.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
I digress.
Yeah. So the price is about $50, an extra fee. The one good thing that I noticed with that extra fee is some of the places you get the line jump. It line jumps you at the beginning, but then the subsequent haunts, you're just in a regular queue. Right. You're just a regular patron. This one actually had a VIP line for every single spot. Right. So, it might be worth it. It might be worth it to spend the extra money to get that. Online ticketing fees, of course, and state taxes. So every price, $50 is not $50. It's usually closer to $60 once you add the taxes and the fees, which, we saw with Headless Horseman. Headless Horseman, $60 online, not at the box office, but between their online ticketing fees, which are fucking astronomical, I will get to that, in New York state taxes, it comes to almost $75.
Yeah.
It's a little expensive. Well, I'm going anyway.
Right.
Anyway, so that's the price. They do online. I believe you can buy tickets at the box office anyway. Parking is free. So you're basically parking on grass. They had parking attendants who were guiding people. One really dumb person who was in front of me that decided she wanted to leave enough space between her and the car next to her that you could fit another car in. The parking attendant was flipping out, telling her to fucking move over. She wouldn't do it. So what happened? Somebody else just fucking slid their car right in. We were fucking crying. I was like, yes.
Highlights in the night.
Yes, fuck you. Fucking jerk off. It wasn't, what was it, an Acura? or it was either an Acura or an Infiniti.
Because they usually...
So you're not driving, it's not a fucking Lamborghini, it's just an idiot. Fucking idiot. We won't even discuss the gender of the person. We don't want to assume anyone's gender identity.
Yeah. And it's okay. They're not going to know because there's, what, 285 of them to choose from now, so we're good.
That's like Dungeons and Dragons classes. You only started out with like 4, and they're like fucking unending combos. The fucking inner nerd comes out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, anyway, type of haunt. It's an all-indoor haunt. They're outside queues, but the haunts themselves are all indoors, so it should be good for any kind of weather. They have actors. They have animatronics.
Right.
So good mix of both. They did have line creepers. We saw a bunch of them.
Yep.
Line creepers probably had some of the better costumes of the night. You know? People indoors.
But really good. Prosthetics, contacts. Very, very good.
Right. So the people indoors... they had different ideas for but each haunt, the idea for each haunt was
kind of flowed into each other though.
Yes, but they were like
based around the asylum.
The asylum was an asylum. You didn't, you weren't in the asylum and then walking into a jungle, right? And then then into the Wild West or some fucking shit.
And then all of a sudden, Deliverance.
Right. Yeah. So the asylum was an asylum. The morgue was a morgue. Like very, very well done. And the tunnels were just that. There's just a mix of all sorts of weird shit going on, but it's it's supposed to be the underground tunnels.
Now, let's get this out of the way first and foremost. The whole entire idea, they already have a pristine location.
Absolutely.
Pristine location. Structures that you couldn't ask for a better setting.
For a haunt.
For a haunt.
Creepy, right? Creepy, dark.
Right.
Dark, abandoned buildings, blown out windows.
And especially just knowing from, shit you see on the Travel Channel, Discovery Channel, you have heard about Pennhurst Asylum years before it was turned into a haunted attraction. So you have that little bit of mystique. And
you're not
little
starting with a farm and some farmland in the middle of nowhere. You actually have structures that have history,
no creepy acres that you have to worry about,
that are already creepy,
like orange shit.
that are already creepy on their own, So yeah, that's a big leg up for them. Right, absolutely a giant leg up.
So the atmosphere. There you go. See,
great.
I remember the word. See, I was having a Sleepy Joe moment, and then all of a sudden, atmosphere. That's what it fucking is. So yeah, the atmosphere is already brilliant.
All right, so. Costumes. The costumes, like I said, outside were better. Inside were not as good. A lot of face paint
but adequate.
And it's adequately dark. It's dark in there.
Perfect mixture of lighting and smoke and strobe.
And it's dark. So when somebody's face painted, they actually look creepy and or dead. It doesn't look like someone wearing face paint, like in some of the places that are more better lit or when you see them outside. So it's the costumes were completely appropriate. No real, knock it out of the park prosthetics or anything downstairs, in the haunts themselves or downstairs. But, you're literally walking through an asylum with a bunch of people dressed like,
you would
maybe
expect a haunted asylum
inmates,
to be.
dead inmates walking around, so it is completely appropriate. All of the animatronics that I saw were working. I did not.
I didn't see anything that was like all ramshackle and broke.
Nothing looked broken. Nothing looked like it wasn't working. Sets were beautiful. Like the structures itself inside and the set pieces. Gorgeous. It seems like they left some of the stuff intact where it was appropriate. They added things that were still appropriate, like tiling, which wasn't real tiling. It's movie set plastic tiling or what have you.
But still, visually
it looks
beautiful.
It looks real. Everything looked really, really good. So movie quality sets, costumes, like I said, the actors basically all seemed into it.
Yeah,
there were a couple people just kind of standing around or wandering around, but again, with the asylum theme, you wouldn't. It's not out of place.
Right. You wouldn't expect every single inmate to be
some
boisterous, and some people are just out of their fucking mind, walking back
around,
and forth,
looking around, babbling, or just sitting in a fucking corner, rocking back and forth. So
I'm glad they brought contact back. Actors are allowed to touch you. They haven't been in the previous years because of this whole bullshit that's been going on. So I enjoyed that because you were able to be a little bit more immersed in to the experience.
So one thing I noticed in the asylum proper, years previous, they had, you know, the floors were in a way so that you were off level in some of the flooring, and everything seemed level this year. So I felt like some of that stuff was missing, you know. But
I mean, it could have been somebody could have busted their ass. They could have worried about it. Like, you never know. You never know. With that kind of thing, I give them a little bit of grace, only because it could be a hazard.
Listen, it's different. It's not doing the same thing.
Right.
So it's been years since I've been there, but you know, it's different than the last time.
I'm just happy I was able to see shit this time.
Right.
Like that was my whole thing. So, I couldn't really judge when all the fucking lights are turned off. So that was why I was really wanting to go. And also because I've heard hearsay, we cannot confirm or deny this, but I've always heard that people who put on Bates Motel have something to do with the haunted Pennhurst. Again, I can't confirm or deny that, but Bates is such an amazing haunt that I said, shit, you know, it's pointless to go to Pennhurst and not be able to see anything because it should be fucking beautiful. And
no, I know I've told you from other years that I'd been there that it really was a nice looking haunt.
Right.
Pretty cool. All right, so those are some of the changes. I mean, I can't comment on year-to-year changes. I haven't been there in a long time, but it was definitely different. One part, they even had a little, kind of unnecessary, like a Stranger Things kind of theme. And
that was the only thing that was kind of out of place.
Little bit of music, some of the black stuff. You know, some of the black tendril kind of stuff.
Right.
But it really was only like, it was really like 1 or 2 rooms.
Yeah, really.
And out,
you blink and it was
kind of like let's say kind of cute to see it, but misplaced.
Right, kind of misplaced. Kind of was trying to bank on something, but didn't do it properly. But
or didn't get a chance to do it, or maybe they did it a year or 2 ago and
didn't change it back.
I don't know. I haven't been there for a while.
Right.
So the length of the haunt was pretty long, man.
You know,
and
when you put all things considered, you have 3. It definitely was worth the price of admission. I don't think we got fucked, out of the ticket price. I didn't think it was too...
And like he said, the lines were a bit long, but the lines were moving well. So, what didn't we... we didn't hit that, bro. Timing, spacing. Because that is our most important.
I think we should go through everything, and let's throw that at the end.
All right.
Because of what we did not like.
Definitely before the rating, though.
Oh, 100%. But I think that we should save that until...
All right. Let's not forget.
Well,
so concessions. They actually had a whole bunch of concessions.
Yeah.
There is a reel up on Instagram. I mean, they had
sausage and peppers, Philly cheesesteak. I think even wings. They had stuff in the middle of the queues. Yeah. Also, like, snacks and... you could pay with Venmo. You could really, and the prices weren't not extortion.
No, in the queue, we noticed, at least where the main house was, there was a snack station set up, and packaged candy was like $2.
Yep, hot chocolate
was a couple bucks.
Bottled water, Gatorade,
brownies,
cookies.
Yeah. So just a snack to get you, to keep you moving along.
Yeah.
Pretzels, right?
Yeah. And again, it wasn't extortion either.
No.
It was like $2 an item. Like, it really was not that bad.
Yeah, like $2 to $4 an item. Not horrible.
Not horrible at all.
And they did take cash, Venmo, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So they are definitely with the times. That's different. The merch area is near the entrance to the haunt, where you
get funneled out. Right.
So
where you get funneled out
before you get your tickets, you can get to it, and after you get funneled out, I guess you can get to it before you get your tickets. I didn't really notice a way like after that. It would be nice if you could get food before as well as after, but it is definitely there after. They did have t-shirts and hoodies and all sorts of stuff, lots of different designs. That was nice. Seemed like they had a couple little carnival game, like a basketball game. Yep. So definitely moving in the right direction, and it was off to the side. Like in years past, there was like a center area between all the houses.
Right. No, it was very cohesive the way they had it this time, I think.
All right. So bathrooms, porta potties,
plenty.
and
I
in
love
different
that.
spots.
Plenty, and in different areas. You didn't have to ever really go too far and say, "Oh shit, I gotta fucking pee," because there was always a porta potty available. So very, very good.
As far as add-on stuff, which is surprising, I didn't notice any axe throwing or anything like that.
Yeah,
you know?
you're right. You're right.
So
didn't do the cliche
aside
axe
from
throw.
the carnival game that they had,
Mm-hmm.
no real extra add-ons. I didn't see any escape rooms or
right.
anything like that.
Right.
All right. So, there's the merch.
So now this is going into.
Oh, let me just start before we go.
Okay.
They only had one photo op opportunity, and it was in a fucking dumb place.
But the guy was being a dick.
It was between the two haunts,
right?
And just placed in a way that it's between where you'd get out and have to go in, and people are trying to take pictures. And
obviously, because there's only one photo opportunity.
One of the security guards was like,
he wasn't even a security guard. He was a guy who took the tickets.
Okay, ticket taker, whatever it is. But he,
no, you're giving him too much credit as a security guard.
Who knows? He might be security too. But moving everybody like, come on, everybody, you're blocking the way. Well, then don't put a fucking
like
photo
an
op
asshole.
there.
Then don't put a photo op here.
Right.
You don't have to be a dick.
Like, if you don't want either put it off to the side and rope it off so that nobody can get to it, so it's just like a prop in the distance.
Right.
Or move it somewhere, or just don't complain. But that is a minor complaint.
Minor complaint. You didn't have to be a dick. You could have just said, "Hey guys, can we keep this area clear?" or something. But you didn't have to be a dick.
So we're running out of time. What did we like? We liked. I like the haunt, the structure.
Yeah, the structure, the
sets.
atmosphere, the buildings, the the actors that I saw were all into it. Love that. The lighting, like we talked about, perfect blend of lights to fog and smoke.
That's what I was going to get to.
Yeah.
What did they do better or worse than anybody else? All the haunts that I've seen this year, I really think they did a better job than everyone else with their lights and their lighting and their fog and the perfect balance between light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping it dark enough but bright enough that
you could see
your ass,
but that you could also
see everything.
The set.
Right. And the one thing we change, I know, is going to go right along with what we didn't like.
Right. And it goes right down to the timing and spacing.
So timing and spacing is an issue at this haunt.
Non-existent.
Now,
granted, let's just say the night that we went, because again, this is really the only other time that I've been there was that
2
blackout
minutes, bro.
night. Okay. So let's just say the night that we went, a busy night.
The night before Halloween. We went on the 2 nights before Halloween. So the weekend before Halloween.
Non-existent.
But it's non-existent. I don't think it's going to change at any other time.
Conga line.
They brought 20 of us up onto the steps, 20, and then they funneled 20 of us into the front room and into the haunt. Which is funny because they were asking
they were asking how many was in your group, but it really didn't mean fuck all.
And they just walked everyone in, and then they walked the next group in right after us. So there was zero fucking chance, you're going to get scared in this haunt unless you're scared of your own shadow. It was more like a walkthrough of really cool sets and really cool costumes with actors that were really trying it. So I put it more akin to the way 13th Hour was, even though that was a more theatrical experience. This was similar in the fact that you're not going to get scared.
Right.
You're just kind of walking through and appreciating the atmosphere and everything. And unfortunately, due to that, that's going to end up with me giving it the rating I'm going to give it, which I can't justify giving it anything above a 7.5. I'd love to be able to give it an 8 or an 8.5, and if spacing was good, if they put us in small groups or in our own
that could have
group,
been 8.5.
8.5 and 9.
Yeah.
But due to their conga line, the fact that there was no chance you were getting scared, I'm going with a 7.5. And you are?
I'm going with a 7, only because you know how disappointed I get when you're just shoveled through like cattle.
All right.
Because there was zero chance of being scared. And you want even that little chance of anxiety. Like, even that, what's around the corner?
I know what's around the corner, the 10 people
in front of me. People already saw, So,
and then I hear the animatronics going off, and I hear them getting scared.
Right. So that's, I can't go higher than a 7.
Totally the fault of
the haunt.
Management in the haunt.
Yeah, it wasn't the Scooby-Doo walkers, it wasn't the sprinters.
We did have sprinters.
We did, but we were shuttled through like cattle.
Anyway?
Yeah.
that's going to be the end of the review.
Yep.
7.5 for me, 7.0 for him.
Yep.
Pennhurst Asylum 2022, and we will catch you on the next one.